Hey everyone, Christina Del Rey with your astrology forecast for the week of June 21st, 2021. If you have not subscribed to my channel and you enjoy astrology, spirituality, and tarot, please subscribe. So today, Jupiter, on the 20th, Sunday, Jupiter is going retrograde. So in the past few days, Jupiter has been in the sky, standing still. And Jupiter is a planet of faith, good fortune. It covers legal matters, religious matters, philosophies. And if you feel like you have been questioning your faith in a certain area of your life, you have probably felt this energy. On the 22nd, we have Mercury going direct, and this is going to clear up a lot of communication problems, especially for Mercury-ruled people like Gemini and Virgo. We have one more hit of Neptune square Mercury on June 6th, but then after that, hopefully everything will become crystal clear. This Mercury retrograde was kind of a big one because it was in its own sign, and then it was making that square to Neptune, so very confusing energy there. So hopefully after the 22nd, you can have some clarity in communication issues. On the 23rd, Venus is going to oppose Pluto, and this is likely to be an intense face-to-face situation in your life, perhaps power games in relationships. This could be this is definitely going to be where you have to take action in some way, and it most likely will be relationships and power games in relationships. On a more positive note, it could have to do with money, but the negative side is manipulation. And on the 24th, we have the full moon in Capricorn. So, as you know, full moons are culminations. They are ending points or high points. And this one has kind of a healing aspect because it is sextile Jupiter, which is a soft aspect. So you have opportunities to heal in that area. And on the 25th, we have Neptune going retrograde. So it could be, Neptune tends to be where we are not seeing clearly. So there could be some confusion, mixed emotions in one area of your chart. Also, Neptune, anytime Neptune is involved, you could have some disappointments. Okay, let's see where this all falls in your sign. Okay, Aries. So Aries, Mercury is going to go direct in your third house of communications, skills that you are learning, like skills and education. Your thought process is third house, and short-term travel. So things will start to kind of clear up in that area. If there has been any delays, maybe in could be like in you getting a certificate for something that you have learned, or if you just, have not been able to communicate okay on your phone or on your computer. Hopefully this will start to clear things up. And we have Venus opposing Pluto on the 24th or then the 23rd, and this is happening in your house of home and your house of career. So it could have to do with a relationship from the past, and this has to do with them coming in, and maybe there is some kind of control, some kind of intensity where the person's trying to control you, or it's just, or the conversation is very powerful to you, but it is likely that you're going to have to do something. This could also just be changes in the home as well too. Perhaps somebody's asking you for money, in the home area too. That could be, and you have to do something to resolve this. And then on the 24th, we have a full moon in Capricorn. So the full moon happens in your 10th house of status and career, and it's making a sextile, so an opportunity aspect to Jupiter in your 12th house. So, there might be an opportunity here for some karmic healing, for, letting go, creating space for something new, maybe letting go of some kind of karmic, some kind of karma in the past that maybe you didn't think was still there, or, it could have to do with a relationship as well. And now you're kind of letting go, it's ending, but it feels positive in healing. And it could even be like, a status thing too. It could be like, you're letting go of a status that you once knew of yourself as, and yet you are healing by letting go. So I see that as very positive for you. And there might even be like something behind the scenes brewing with a job too. And even guardian angel energy as well. And Neptune going retrograde in that same area of the sky could lead to some confusions or a reality check. Maybe something is going on behind the scenes, but, you're kind of feeling like you don't have a lot of faith, or you're feeling the disappointment. It could be confusing to you. So my advice is to connect with spirit and try to heal, anything that is ending. Try to heal it, see it as a blessing. Okay, for Taurus. So Taurus, you have Mercury going direct in your second house of finances. So if there's a job you've been waiting on or waiting to hear from, or a little bit of money that you have been waiting to hear about, or you needed to know if you were going to make that money, or if there was like confusion with a schedule or something, this is likely to start moving now in the right direction. There might be like a moment of clarity here. Later in the week, on Wednesday, we have Pluto and Venus opposing each other, and this is happening in your 3rd and 9th. So Venus usually has to do with relationships, and it's in your 3rd house of communication. Pluto is in your house of belief systems, so it's possible that somebody could be opposing your belief system. Maybe, they are opposing you in a legal matter, but this is likely to be a relationship issue, an intense relationship issue where you have to actually do something about it. Pluto can be your place in the world too. So somebody could be the 9th house. So somebody could be challenging your power in the world, and you have to assert your power in some way. And then we have the full moon. The full moon is going to happen in a part of the sky for you that has to do with that legal matters, and also philosophy, religion, and higher education. So maybe some of you are graduating, or there could be like a signing of a legal document or something where it's healing for you. Whatever it is, it does seem healing, and Jupiter is in that 11th house. It's aspecting Jupiter. There's an opportunity here. Usually with the sextile, you have to make a move. You can't just, it doesn't just come, but the opportunity's there, but you have to do something to make it happen. So if you do whatever it is, graduation, signing a document, asserting your power, it does feel like it heals you. And, this healing might help you with your hopes, wishes, and dreams in the future, or it could also help you with your friend groups or the groups that you belong to. Okay, have a great week, Taurus. Hello, Gemini. So, Gemini, you of all signs are going to be the happiest that Mercury is going direct. You are likely to have a moment of clarity soon after Mercury turns direct on the 22nd. There's been a lot of confusion, and since you are ruled by Mercury, I think that it's going to be a relief for you. Probably any tech problems that you've been having or just communication problems in general will probably start to clear up and you will start to feel a lot better. And we also have Venus opposing Pluto. So Venus is relationships and values, and it can be money as well. So that it is in your money house, and then Pluto is in your 8th house of shared finances. So this could be a discussion about your values and a person that you share resources with. This could be about how you make money and share that money with someone. But usually when it's in opposition, the situation comes to us. It's presented to us. So there is probably some kind of intense power struggle perhaps in these two areas of values, money, and then your shared money and resources with somebody else. And also 8th house is deep intimacy. It's also psychological, traumas and, deep psychological insights, and Venus being your values. There's something here that needs to be balanced out. Okay, and then we have the full moon on the 24th in Capricorn, and the full moon is a culmination. It's a high point or an ending of some kind, and this full moon happens in that 8th house. Again, we have the deep psychological stuff. We have psychic abilities, we have shared resources. So there's likely to be a culmination in one of these areas, a high point, an emotional moment perhaps. But whatever takes place, it does seem to be healing on your status or healing on your career. Cancer. So you're going to have Mercury going direct in your 12th house. So the 12th house is the house of endings. And it's almost like you are making way for a new thought process. Perhaps you have been going over some kind of ending in your life, or perhaps things have been confusing in the area of thoughts, because Mercury is going direct in the 12th, and it has squared Neptune in the 9th. So could have been confusing for you for legal matters. It could have been like your philosophies could be confusing. It could be that maybe your faith was, maybe you were confused in your faith. And Mercury going direct is saying that, your thought process is going to get much healthier, and you will perhaps even get like a moment of clarity, that you haven't had in a long time, and it'll be, it'll help a lot. We also have Venus opposing Pluto, and this is in the 1st house opposing the 7th house. So, it's likely to have an intense, somebody is likely to challenge you probably. This is probably an intense conversation, or some kind of intense meeting with either a business partner or a romantic partner. Romantic partners come to mind. So just be very careful of power games, somebody trying to have their power over you. Be aware, protect yourself, and don't let anybody take your power away. And the full moon this week is happening in that relationship oriented part of the sky. So it is likely that something is coming to a close in relationships. or a high point. There could be some kind of culmination there. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything bad. It could be, that you're moving on to the next stage of the relationship. But it is healing. Whatever does take place for you now does seem healing. It seems like perhaps if you are in a relationship with somebody, your values could be more aligned now, and you're going to feel better moving forward. Or this could be a legal document getting signed, or coming to an end, and that is very healing for you. Okay. And Leo. So Leo, we have Mercury going direct in a part of the sky that has to do with friendships and groups that you belong to. So if things have been confusing in that area, also this is the house of social media. This is the house of hopes, wishes, and dreams. So if you have been rethinking these areas of your life, Mercury going direct hopefully will start to clear some things up. You may have had some confusion about your hopes, wishes, dreams, and psychological, deep psychological stuff in the 8th house because of the square to Neptune. Maybe you were confused about money, that money that is earned through like stocks, or I'm thinking like money that you don't earn directly, like it could be child support, stuff like that. And maybe there was some confusion about that, but hopefully there will be a moment of clarity on that front. And Venus opposing Pluto. Venus is in your 12th house. So, when Venus is in your 12th house, you kind of feel like retreating. You don't really want to do a whole lot. If you have a significant other, you probably want to just hide or go and be cozy with them. Pluto is in your 6th house. So, this could be an intense, this could be something intense in your work environment. There could be somebody, questioning you, and you didn't expect it. You didn't see it coming. 12th house is also hidden enemies too, so you have to be careful because you're not really sure who is trying to take your power, because 12th house is blind spot. And the full moon is also happening here as well in the 6th house. The 6th house has to do with work. So there is a culmination or a high point at work that does seem to be healing. And it could have to do with money. It could have to do with psychological matters as well. So the 6th house, maybe getting your day in order, or getting your health in order. That might, there might be a high point in that, and then that is very healing for you. Okay. Virgo. So Virgo, we have Mercury going direct, and you are also Mercury ruled, so you love when Mercury goes direct. And it's happening for you in the 10th house, so that has to do with your status and your job. So if there's been confusing stuff going on that front, likely things will get more clear. And it has been squaring Neptune, so relationships have been all over the place for you, very confusing energy. Things are likely to clear up. But I should say that Mercury does make one more square to Neptune, and then it's finally clear of the energy like July 7th. So hopefully things will clear up by then. Venus opposing Pluto. This also has to do with your relationship sector. So it is likely that it could be that somebody kind of comes in and maybe makes a powerful impression on you. Maybe they start talking to you about values and a romantic relationship. It's likely that there could be love in the air for Virgo. Maybe this person kind of starts off like you're like, ugh, you know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with this person? This person's hideous. Like, they're awful people. Like, they're so brash and full of themselves. And then, and then you kind of realize that you kind of like them. So this is always possible. It could be in the groups that you belong in. The full moon does take place in the relationship zone, so it could be that there is a high point or high emotional point with a romantic partner. Or if you are not interested in romantic partners, this could have to do with a creative project or a child in your life as well. And Libra. So Libra, you have Mercury going direct in your 9th house. So the 9th house has to do with travel. It has to do with religion, philosophy, higher education. And if there's been any confusion in that area, especially in your day-to-day work environment or your day-to-day health environment, your whatever you do all day long, if there has been some kind of confusion or, tech problems, that is about to clear up for you. And we also have this week Venus opposing Pluto, Venus in the 10th house opposing Pluto in the 4th house. So could be that, somebody comes into your life like an intense relationship moment. Maybe somebody is challenging your power in the home, possibly. Maybe, the person is someone that you've known a long time, and, perhaps they are clashing with you and your values, or with you and your home. Later in the week, we also have in the home area a full moon. This full moon is really more, it's a high point or a culmination, and it could be very healing for you in your day-to-day work or healing areas. So it's making a sextile to Jupiter in the 6th house. So anything that you do at home, if you organize things, or if you like do food prep, or anything like that, is going to really make your day-to-day life more blessed. So it's almost like you gain power and healing by organizing your environment, and then that's when the blessings come in. Okay. Scorpio, you have Mercury going direct in your 8th house. So this has to do with other people's money. So like scholarships, grants, child support, things of that nature, money that comes to you in other ways. And it's going direct, so hopefully if you've had any confusion in that area. And I'm looking at the square to Neptune too. I wonder if you have had some issues with romantic partnerships and confusing intimacy issues, where now things are going to clear up a little bit and be you're going to get that clarity and decide if this is what you want or if this is what you don't want. Venus opposing Pluto. So for you, this could be, and there's a full moon too in the 3rd house. So this could be a graduation of some kind. Maybe you're having a culminating moment, either in skills that you're learning, or if not, then there could be something, there could be something with your communication that is coming into play here. Perhaps there's a fulfilling communication that sort of brings you some healing, and it could have to do with a child that you have or that you know. It could have to do with a creative project, or it could have to do with a romantic partner. Perhaps you and a romantic partner have a really in touch conversation, and you feel very healed because of it. Okay. And Sagittarius. So for you, Mercury is going direct in the 6th house. So anything at work that's been confusing, or if the communication has been terrible, or maybe like your computer's not working, things are likely to start clearing up, thankfully. Venus is in your 8th house of, other people's money, intimacy issues, psychic abilities, and Pluto is in your 2nd house of money and how you earn money. So there could be a situation here where, there's a relationship discussion about values. This could have to do with somebody challenging, how you make your money, your power in making your money, the joint finances that you own together. But usually the opposition is something that kind of comes in, and then you have to do something about it. But Pluto and Venus are both money, and they are in your money signs, so the potential there to earn money, to maybe an opportunity is coming to earn money and that you should kind of jump on it. That could be. All right, and then that full moon also in your 2nd house. So again, we're talking about money and values. So we are talking about a sextile to Jupiter in your 4th house. So this would be great for like earning money at home. If there's an opportunity to earn money at home, I would definitely do it. Definitely take it. Okay, Capricorn. So we have Mercury going direct in your 5th house. So your 5th house is romantic partnerships and children. So if there has been any kind of communication that has been confusing, that has to do with your children or romantic partners or creative projects, that is likely to start to clear up. We also have this week Venus opposing Pluto, and this has to do with maybe a partner sort of questioning you, or a conversation that might, I'll be honest, it might be like a power play on your personal power. So you kind of have to see how you feel about this and what you're going to do about it. But Venus and Pluto, that's an intense combination. So there is intense relationship stuff going on this week with a romantic partner likely, or if you are in some kind of legal agreement, there could be something there as well. The full moon is in your 1st house as well. So there is likely to be a culmination on either your personal power or the body, something of that nature. But it does look like it's healing because it's making a sextile to Jupiter in the 3rd house. So whatever communication you are having, seems to be really healing for you. Okay, and then Aquarius, we have Mercury going direct in your 5th house. So if you are involved in a romantic partnership, things are about to become very clear in that area for you. If you are not, then this could be better communications with children in your life or a creative project that you are working on. Venus is opposing Pluto, your 6th house and your 12th house. So it is likely that, there is some kind of ending happening here for you. It could be some kind of, change in your day-to-day environment, or it could be like a health thing, but there is likely to be an ending here. Venus usually does rule relationships. It also rules money, and Pluto is in the house of endings, so it is likely that there's an opportunity that comes to you, you have to do something about it, and it has to do with an ending. And then on top of that, we have the Capricorn full moon also happening in the same part of the sky as the endings. So for you, this would be an ending that heals you. Maybe it heals your values, or maybe the healing opportunity comes with more work and more money in your future. Okay, and Pisces. So Okay, Pisces. So if you have been waiting to hear about a home moving or something in the home, you are going to probably hear that on the 22nd when Mercury goes direct. And this could be, news about a move. This could be news about something that, you're getting done in the home, but some kind of communication is going to be more clear in the home area. And we also have Venus opposing Pluto. So this is happening in your house of relationships and house of groups you belong to, hopes, wishes, and dreams. So I have to say this is like an intense relationship, perhaps confrontation. So, you want to tread lightly, but you also don't want anybody to take your power away. So, think power games, things like that in the more negative sense, manipulations. Yes. And, like you also have a full moon in the area of the 11th house, which is hopes, wishes, dreams, and friends and groups you belong to. So there's likely to be a culmination in that area, but there's also somehow a friend or a group comes in and that helps you heal. So, if you have been, this is some kind of healing energy from a friend group, or maybe, your hopes, wishes, and dreams kind of culminate. It's a culminating moment on your hopes, wishes, and dreams, and that begins to heal you. All right, Pisces, have a great week.